All right. Hello, traders. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me and see my screen. Hey, Trader 77. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you got that Tesla. Got in around your buy point. Great. Ah, good job, man. Very good job. Yeah, that was a beautiful setup this morning. Sorry for the delay. I was having a little trouble with StreamYard. I had to try it a couple of times. Now in PLTR, huh? Yeah, I know you like that one. For a swing trader, I would rather catch that one a little bit earlier, but nonetheless, yeah, I thought Google had good earnings, but I'm gonna may have to let this one go. But I'll give it a little bit of chance. You got some nice resistance. I'm sorry, support here. Was resistance. Now it should be support. So gonna let that one play out a little bit. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, you definitely got a good one in Tesla. I've been playing that one for a while. Been keeping a core position and scalping around it. You can see it in my closed. It's why I have closed PNL and open PNL a lot of times. Is I'm always kind of trading around, keeping a core position. That's kind of my style when I think something's gonna go. But uh, average is not doing anything. Doesn't surprise me. Had a nice little push yesterday. Could be just sitting here at resistance today. Could very well close like this. We'll see. I'd love to get another push. As a matter of fact, looks like we're trying to go potentially go to highs here. All right, this is guys. If other people are in here, and I know there is, especially on our live stream, Twitter live stream. But if you are in the YouTube chat and you have a question about the software, just drop a question in the chat there, and I will do my best to answer it for you. Other than that, if you have, want to talk about the market, want to ask me about stocks or something like that, just hit me up, and we can tackle that as well. So the spies, I'm sure the cues are going to look very similar. Just after a big push like that, kind of. Well, Tesla's probably making them look a little bit better, I would think. Yeah, pretty much the same. No, no, that's the whole idea behind go no go, AJ. That's the whole system, is those bars. Okay, you can't turn it into candlesticks, unfortunately. But you'll get accustomed to it. I know Barry. I think Barry he likes them so much he wants to start using them instead of his candlestick. I don't know if he's stuck with that, but I know he prefers them. But yeah, unfortunately, that's the only way you can get them, are those kind of funky bars. That's the whole idea with the color coordination in those bars. Uh, no, no, the money machine is not available yet. There's still a lot of testing. We have to do API connections with the brokers, so there's a lot involved. We would like to get it out, in the next month or two. I know I'll be testing it, in May, so we'll have a dev version where we can bang on it and maybe work out the bugs for you. But uh, it'll definitely at least paper trading will be available. I would think here pretty soon, and say the next month or two, and then probably not long after that, it'll be live where you're connected to your broker. No, well, no, there's going to be an annual. There's going to be you have to have premium, and it's going to be an annual fee. Okay, uh, I believe it's for the website. I think go to our website and check it out. I think I'm not sure if the fee is set in stone right now. Right, because a lot of testing that could change with all of our testing, especially when we start testing live to see, how uh, effective it really is. But there will be an annual fee. But I would, kind of wait and see. Would you definitely be able, I think, to play with it, obviously, before you have to fork out the fee and things like that. So, but all the details, we still have to work out all the details as far as that goes. Yes, it is. They keep changing the little names for kind of makes it difficult, but always remember the first one on the left when you're looking at the pricing. Let's just pull up the pricing page and take a quick look at it. So yeah, the this is always going to be the standard plan, and the one here is going to be the premium. That's what they've been called forever. We just kind of whatever our theme is, we make these little catchy phrases. But yeah, if you want to think of them as standard and premium, you can do that as well. Then if you scroll down, you can see what they are going to include. Uh, so yeah, this would be the price, and of course, the annual. If you do an annual, it's quite a bit of savings on the premium. Holly's still around. Yeah, Holly's still around. It's you go the best way to access it. You can go to the dock channel bar and you can look there. But I think the easiest way is you can just pull up this AI premium AI trades window and just pop that open. It's going to show you all the stocks that are being called. Now it'll default to any profitable, and you just uncheck this and you can see all of them. And that one actually looks like it could possibly do something if it can get back, because it really looks like it may go to that 133 level. But yes, it's still around AM. Y'all give me 10 seconds. I have to tell my wife to let the dog out. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, without going into the best thing I can show you there, AM, is just come here to we have a great little section that we built for people like you, and you just come into our expert learning center, and I will drop this in the chat. And if you're familiar, obviously, you won't need this stuff because it's uh, some of the stuff teach you how to trade. But getting started with trade ideas, it just takes you basically step by step. They're not long videos; they're short videos. Basically, how to start up and log in, and then alerts and top lists and charting. I mean, it take you no time at all, and you can just follow along when you get the software to this page right here, and it'll just before you know it, man, you'll be checking out this back to basics is based more of stock trading stuff videos, but this will just kind of walk you through, each step, price alerts, back testing. So yeah, we took the time to put that together for you guys, and it's really, yeah, it's a great, thank you. Yeah, it's a great little format to follow. Yeah, Amazon's another one I want to stay in, and we'll probably do what I did with Tesla, hold some into earnings. I just they do have earnings in 4 days, but what I would like to do is scalp it along the way, like I've been doing, and keeping a core position, and then taking maybe that core position into earnings, whether it's small, it won't be big, but I don't hold into earnings that much. But when you get some of these companies that's been around for a long time and constantly reporting, having good earnings reports, and they've been beaten up, they've pulled back 20 to 30%. In Tesla's case, it was, gosh, over 50%. Just feel like, if there is any bad news, it's a good chance it's priced in, and if it's good report, you're going to get a massive gap up. But yeah, I seldom do it when it stocks, trading near all-time highs. Okay, now Google, you kind of put it in base down here at this resistance, and zoom in a little bit. Yeah, some pretty strong, as we can definitely call that a pivot line, and that's where it's putting its base in down here. So this is one I think could have a nice little bounce. I wouldn't be surprised to see it back close above its 50, but we'll see what happens. Yes, yes, I am. Monday through Friday, 12 Eastern time, every day. Great place to come. So once you get the software and you go through those videos I just showed you, uh, yeah, come in here if you have any questions, and we'll definitely help you with them. This is the best place to come because you get a visual. So many people come to our chat and they ask us, these questions where I can text back to you the answer, but if you have, an audio and a visual, it's so much better. Uh, relative volume. Which stock are you looking at? Oh, okay, OLB. Are you seeing that? Well, I can just tell you what relative volume is, okay? Because I do have relative volume in a lot of my scans, almost all of them, because I want to know, especially if I'm playing something momentum, I want to see high relative volume. And the difference between like total volume and relative volume, okay, total volume percentage is going to kind of give you compare what the total of the day is to the average total going back. Oh gosh, I don't know, 20 or 30 trading days. Whereas relative volume is going to compare the time of day. It's time of day sensitive. So let me give you a great example. So this BBAI relative volume 2.53, and basically what that's saying is compared to the this exact time of day going back the last X amount of trading days, it's doing 2.5 more times volume than the than what it normally does for this time of day. Now, as the day goes on, Friday afternoon, volume dries up. This number will probably come keep ticking down. It's not unusual in the first. You got to be careful, like the first 15 minutes of the day, because that's typically when a lot of huge volume will come in. So, really, to me, after about 30 minutes, I really like to see, what kind of relative volume these stocks are keeping up with. You're welcome, Mike C. What's up? Dawn of the Dead, man. I pull that up every now and then. I used to look at it, more when I did more day trading, but I still will, at least once a week, pull it up, see what's happening in there. But that's funny. Oh, nice. Good. Good AM. Yeah, a lot of people enjoy it. Jim, I tell you what, can you discuss the link to IBKR? I'm not the best at linking, but I can definitely give you the stuff that we have. And uh okay, this is TWS. That would be Trader Workstation. That's right. That's what they use, right? So let me give you this link here, and it's going to go over all of them. And this is Chris putting together just a great video for to check it out and use. So let me just drop it in here. IB linking. Yeah, and Chris, be sure you go back to the beginning. I don't know why it opens up there, but yeah, and you could probably, I don't know if he has these bookmarked, but let me give you another thing too. Hold on, let me and let's go to our user guide. Oh, that's connecting to. Let's do external linking. Yeah, and I'm gonna drop this page in here, and of course, we're gonna have I think some more videos for you. Yeah, down at the bottom here. So there you have it. Just give you all the material. Yes, Dawn of the Dead is definitely a bottom play scanner. There's probably a lot of stuff in there. Well, probably would have been more a couple of weeks ago when there were near lows, but let's just pull it up and see what's happening today. Yeah, a lot of these are probably going to have a move. There's my Amazon alert, and let's see if we can put it a little bit higher. And Google, you just don't want to play. So I guess I'm just gonna have to hold out until you either cut it, because that high was 164.03. So I was kind of hoping it would hold that high. So we're gonna see what happens with that thing. Put the If it doesn't hold that 50 20, I may have to cut it. SPY extending itself. A couple of good days there in CSIQ. Now, a lot of these you're thinking, well, that's not a bottom. But if you go, let's take a look at the weekly. Let me just do this. Our good old picture in picture. You can see here a lot of these are coming up. See if I can find someone that I know here. That's definitely a bottom fisher on the weekly. But man, what a nice little move there intraday. Peloton. Yeah, typically I look for setups. AM. I'll take a look at that in just a minute, Iris. I'll look for setups, but when the market has really been hit like it has lately, the setups are just not there. So typically, what I'll do is just almost just kind of discretionary trading. I focus a lot on the big names because I don't want to get destroyed. You can get destroyed in a market like this. Some of the action we've seen in the last month, you can really get hurt. When you're playing some of these obscure stocks that I typically like to play, especially on setups, because a lot of times these setups you're kind of anticipating. I like to anticipate. I like to see a trade enter some half a position or whatever, and then when it goes through my alert or my kind of breakout, my trigger, I'll add to that position. Lately, it hasn't been trading like that because, like I said, the setups are just not there. They're based upon position and range. I'm looking for kind of strong charts that have maybe pulled back a little bit and setting up again for another move, and we just haven't seen a whole lot of that lately. Now they're starting to come in more and more the last couple of days with the moves that we had, but still pretty thin. So what I like to do a lot of times is, like I mentioned earlier in this thing, I like to get a core position and stick with it, and that's what I've done with Tesla. Now Tesla was kind of one just playing off the base. Okay, look at the base down here that it was holding, put in a little doji that day, did not held that low, did not make a lower low, put in a little spinning top, and then uh going into earnings, I actually just held a little bit, and then now what I've done is kept a core position over the last 5 days and traded around it. So what I mean by that is I will maintain whether it's a 1/4 size, because you're crazy to be fully loaded up in a chart like this now. If it gets back above this 200, now you're talking. Now you can have a lot of conviction and start adding to your position. But when you're trading down here, you got to be careful. You cannot go in with full conviction because you'll get killed. I mean, like on this day, you had that day thing rolled over on you. So you got to be careful when the chart's not in your favor. But what I do until it does get above certain moving averages like the 50 is I'll maintain a core position, but I'm scalping around it. Okay. So taking profits, but maintaining a core position because I don't want to lose my position just in case you get a move like this, and I don't want to be chasing. So I've done that with Amazon. I've done that with Tesla. I've kind of been trying to do it with this. I'm really surprised this is not getting a better move. Hey, you just got to be patient with something like this. It's been, basing for 2 weeks, uh, just destroyed, to the tune of like 70% from its all-time high, which wasn't that long ago. And yeah, I feel like it's a good company, and I like the way it's basing. But boy, you got to be real patient in that. And now looking at this, I don't want you to think that I'm always bottom fishing. I do like to bottom fish. I mean, if you do it, it's let's face it. I mean, Tesla was a bottom fish. Uh, if you hit these things right, you're in before the party. There's a lot of people that would not even buy it, but until it's above the 50 today. Around 272. Uh, and there's probably some that won't buy it until it breaks to the 200. But me, I like to be early a lot of times, and now, boy, I can really relax and play with a bigger core position and trade around it as well. Yeah, I've never been one to. I'm not the type of guy that just say, okay, this is my entry, this is my stop, this is my target. No, I always like to keep the backdrop of the market in play because it's like this Tesla. I mean, why do I want to put a target on this thing if it can get? What if it goes back to all-time highs? And I sell it today. I mean, yes, I already took some off, and maybe I take a little bit more off if it gets up here to the 200-day moving average. But but I'll be honest with you, this is not my real size. Okay, I'm not going to mention what my real size is. Could be more, could be less, could be half of this. And the reason I do that is I don't want people to think a lot of traders out there, especially these ones that want to post all their money, on Twitter and brag about how much they make. It's not about how much money you make. Okay. It's about, trading effectively, and size does not matter at all. So I don't like to put my true size in here because I don't want people to think, uh, that if a person is making X amount of dollars and you're not making that much, you're not as good a trader. It's ridiculous because it's all about entries and exits and maintaining good management, risk management. That's the key. So don't ever get caught up in trading size. Because if you're new to trading, the best thing to do is trade real small. In that way, it's not how much you make. It's you know, are you making 10% to the upside and only losing 3% to the downside? Whether you're trading 10 shares, 100 shares, or 1,000 shares. And there's Amazon. Let's see, now this one is getting close to where I may add some more. That IONQ bounced. I caught a scalp on that earlier, buying it down here, but it's been pretty sloppy. Mara is back to highs. Okay, hi Gabriel. I'm looking for gappers that have consolidated for the least 45 minutes. Which filter and settings should I use to be alerted? Great question. Uh, I have let's see, you were talking intraday. So I have a bull flag intraday. And what it looks for are stocks that, have had a move. And then for me, it's been 30 minutes. So you've had a nice move there, and now it's kind of flagging for 30 minutes. There's another one. You've had an up move, and now it's flagging. And the reason I'm showing you this is, yeah, that one's not, well, I guess if it includes the high of this candle and this candle, I like it for it to flag a little bit more. But let me show you what I use to create that. And I think it's going to help you, Gabriel. Okay. And what that is, if you go to filters, you are going to see, and this is the key right here, is the 30-minute range. See in the 30-minute range how I put a 3% max. So that's telling me that that 30-minute range cannot move like up or down more than 3%. I mean, the whole range has to be less than 3%. And by using that, it creates these stocks that obviously are kind of channeling over that time frame. And you can raise that if if you want to see more, you can lower it if you're looking for tighter ranges, but you got to be careful putting it too low because you won't get anything in there. I mean, a lot of people like to see them basically flatlining. That's right. Trader 77 hits it right there. You don't focus on the money, you focus on making good trades and the money will come. Exactly. Yeah, you know what? Let me share this with you. Thank you, Gabriel. Let me share this with you as well. So that way you can kind of have some. And you could, if you want to, you said 45 minutes. So I don't think we don't have a 45-minute. Well, we do have a 60-minute, but you got to be careful with that because once again, you might not get a whole lot. Oh, wait, that's a low float I showed you. Hold on. Let me give you one. I was thinking that was, let me take a look at this one. I was thinking that 3% was kind of high. Let me, yeah, this 30-minute range. So a lower float's going to have a bigger range. I was thinking, wow, that's a big range. So I got point 0.3 in this 30-minute range. So that's probably what you want to use, something like that. And you're going to see this low float. Yeah, let me get rid of that one. You're going to see stocks that are, moving tighter. And they have to, obviously a bull flag. You need to see an up move, and then you need to see the action. If it's just doing it, it's not a bull flag if it hadn't really had an up move. But there's nothing bullish about it. But you know, there's your up move, and it's just kind of going sideways. So let me share this with you. Actually, for you, I mean, I don't use this as much anymore since I mostly swing trade. But if you're a day trader, you may want to keep a look at it. Take a look at this. Keep it in your quiver. You're welcome, Gabriel. All right, Google. You're just not going to participate, are you? Got to hold on to that. Hold on to that 20 there. May have to be done with you. Mara. can sector seeing some action today. Problem is, those are very scary to swing trade, man. They get some nasty moves. Although Tesla is kind of basing here. I mean, you've basically got about a almost a 2 month base in this thing. It's actually not bad. I'm gonna put alert right there. Did I say Tesla? I mean First Solar. ENPH had earnings the other day and they were pretty bad. Let's see if it's getting any bounce. No, not really. Boy, you talk about falling from grace. That thing was a $340 stock at one time. Now it's trading at 46. That's why you don't buy a stock just because it's been beaten up and thinking, oh man, I'm going to buy this thing. I mean, there's a lot of people. I even tried it a couple of times, I'm sure. But boy, now let me move this. I don't know why it's showing trades in there. Hold on just a minute. I don't like that. Yeah, let me like to know if that goes to highs. Yes, yes, we were just talking about that. It was on the Dawn of the Dead. Jay, I'm always got an eye on the China sector. I've been keeping it low key lately just because of all the news. It's been very volatile. I mean, it's volatile anyway, and I don't mind volatility. Actually, it's trying to get a bounce here. Uh, I think Baidu was on my list today. I like the way see this one was holding up very well. Uh, it actually was holding up better than Baba. So definitely. What else was on my list today? Time was on my list today. Just kind of didn't really do anything. JD, I can't figure that one out. I think it's the anytime you see like these big dividend yields in stocks, they're difficult for trading. I mean, I don't like. I can't figure out JD, man. It's a great company. They make tons of money. You can see the revenues, 161 billion dollars, and but every time it looks like it's going to do something, man, it just pukes back up again. And I don't know if it's because of like some sort of dividend that they pay, and it's. But I'm always skeptical anytime I see, and I don't even know if this is correct. This may be old, but I can't figure out JD, so I just quit trading. uh, I think turbulent can't be. It's not always a bad thing. I mean, you can get some nice moves, but typically what I like to do when I play the China stocks is not chase highs. I like to get them when they kind of pulled back and been basing. I did very well on Baba right through here. Yeah, this is one, when they pulled back and just kind of been basing and slopping around in kind of a tight range. And then I like to stalk them and then look for like a break of like a 1 month high, and boom, that's when I like to enter. When they're in like no man's land like this and slopping around, I'm just, it's not, not crazy. I mean, it's one stock. Baba's a good one. Baidu, which sucked for a while, longest time, is actually starting to act a whole lot better, and it's definitely one on my list. Actually, the setup right here, intraday doesn't look bad at all. Back above, it's 50. just kind of give me some of the names. Uh, there you go, Google. Let's touch that little 20 and pop here. But Jay, no, I love. They'll tell you the guys here always make fun of me because I play a lot of China stocks. It's just right now I just don't have a feel of kind of where the stocks are at in no man's land, and I'd like to look for something that's kind of setting up a little better. I mean, stocks I do like are like Baba. I think Lee's a great company. One that I probably should put an alert. It gets back above that 200 day. But boy, you talk about this one. It used to trade a lot better. It's real gappy now. Let's just pull up the list real quick. I gotta wait. I gotta put an alert. If this thing gets back above that 10, I want to buy some more. Uh, Dips is a tricky one. I used to trade that a lot. I don't trade it hardly anymore. Uh, PDD, I like that one. And actually, that doesn't look bad. It's a stock that's just kind of sitting here. Kind of looks like the moving averages, but PDD, Baba, Lee is one. I'm just kind of giving you companies that now I'll trade all of them. Some of these ones like Billy, once they get going, they can just move. Beaks another one, BEK. So a lot of times these will lag a little bit. China gets going. VNet was a high flyer, and I did well in this move. But boy, I tried it a couple of times, and it just can't get going here recently. So I stuck on. You can see I stuck an alert in there if it gets back above, but because right now it's just kind of doing no man's land stuff. Oh, sorry about that, David. I see. Did I do that before? I'm not sure if that was you that I had trouble seeing one time as well, because I am looking and I'm not seeing. And I'm sorry, I need to get back to Iris as well. Uh, David, can you post it? Can you copy and paste it again? For some reason, and Iris, while he's doing that, let me help you out real quick. SAIA. Oh, well, when it gets this ugly, I have to go to a longer time frame chart. Let me see if it's on the weekly. Yeah, I there's not a whole lot to like about this. I would I mean, you do have a pivot level right here. Let me draw but you're kind of still kind of reaching. I mean, you're kind of in a definitely a pivot level right here at this level, and 250 is kind of a psychological number that is trying to break through. But other than that, I mean, it's definitely in a looking at the weekly, look at the free fall on the weekly. I mean, it's definitely a gamble. I mean, it's just uh, yeah, I honestly, yeah, this is not one I'd be interested in at all. I would wait to see if it could hold that pivot level. So what I would probably do if somebody held a gun to my head and told me I had to make a trade, let me put it back on the daily now. Yeah, that's a tough one. I would almost have to see it trade, back above this high, and that could take a while. And once again, David, yeah, if I did miss it, I'm looking back and I still don't see it. I don't know why. So if you could post it again. Okay, something's not right. Okay, because I see the last two entries in the chat are you saying "miss my question" with a question mark, and then I just did that. Are you trying to post a link? Because are you trying? Yeah, because if you're trying to post a link, it's not going to let you do that. That's strange. Are you trying to copy and paste something? Can you just type the question like you're typing in here? Because I'm not seeing, or if anybody else sees it, I don't know if you can copy and paste. Because so the others are not seeing it. Peppy anyway are not seeing it either. David, we just see you posting 2 minutes ago, and then nope, and I just did that, so we're not seeing a question. Strange. Instead of live chat, no, I'm still not seeing it when I do the live chat too. Okay, it's about KOD. What's this? That's I do see that. So yeah, that doesn't look bad. I mean, you've had some nice, volume over the last 4 days. It's post at 12:42. Yeah, for some reason I don't even have a time thing in here. Let me see if there's another option. Okay. Uh, okay. Thanks, Peppy. Yeah, I like the way it's holding up, David. It's not my style, after the move it's had, it's basically doubled, in about four, 3, 4 trading days. And but it is going sideways. That's a sign of strength after you've moved up this high and you cannot pull back, especially after that topping tail. A lot of people thinking, "Oh boy, I got to get out of this thing." That's probably why you see wicks down here. Uh, but it's holding up very well. So maybe I don't know if you're in it, if you're in it and where you're in it from, but if it were me and I'm looking maybe to take a position in this, I would probably put an alert down here around the 50 and see if it pulls back. And by that time, maybe the 10 is crossing over. And there's my Goog finally trying to come alive. Okay, you're in it from Monday. Okay, great. That's you got a great position. Now, I Obviously, I if it me, you're talking about a $2 stock that just ran to $4, I would be remiss if I didn't take some profits and it came back on me pretty hard. But that doesn't mean that's the best way. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've taken profits and 2 weeks later I'm like, oh, why did I do that? No, same day Holly picked it up. Good job. Nice, David. Yeah, Holly can have some good calls. That's for sure. But yeah, that's an impressive looking chart, and I commend you for still being in it after that kind of move. Now, if if I did my way of trading this would probably be if I were in it, I would definitely have probably taken it half off at least. And then what I would do is not want to see it. Got a nice little pivot level right here. Some nice what was resistance is now going to be support. So on the back, if it pulls back, not only do you have the 50, you have a rising 10 that could be right up there by the 50 by the time it pulls back. And you have a nice little support level. So that's an area I would not want it to break. So in other words, breaking the 50 would not be a good thing. But it's one of those kind of things. If it does pull back and holds on, could be ready for another move. I don't, David. Yeah, those breakout longs. I know they're strategies that take a look that looks at the daily. It looks for volume coming in for sure. It probably has some moving average stuff in there. What was the what time was the signal on that thing, or what was the price it signaled? Was the signal? Yeah, it did slice through 50 like hot butter. Let me see if I can put show AI trades. They should be able to do that. Thought that was an option. Okay, Google's finally starting to try to play ball. Is it under? It's not under properties. Oh, there it is. I have it on, huh? Wonder why it's not showing up. Hmm. Have to check about that. Hmm. Yeah, maybe you're right. You're probably right. We still have a few little quirks in our browser charts. Reddit. Yeah, definitely trying to get something going. Let me put this up here just in case it decides it wants to go to highs. Nvidia, yeah, I was looking at that this morning. Definitely got some strength in it for sure. Uh-oh. BTBT was on my list. That Mara comes back to buy some more. Let's take a look at some of the ARK is running right into its 50 and its 10. I'm sorry, 50 and 200. Be interesting to see if that ever gets above that. So Roku doing? Roku kind of looks a lot like that Reddit. Yeah, I would try. I would like to help you, David. It was, I think Michael Noss was kind of the brainchild behind that one. So I don't know that. I really don't know the parameters. It's probably very similar to uh, Master Blaster Low Float. Let me see. That was a good one today. Let's see when that started coming through. Let's see. I see it at 990. So that one was a pretty good one right there. Let's see, SIPO. Yeah, that was a gap upper. Jeez, monster move there. Missed that one. So that was this morning. 264 is the first one. Let's try this right here. Well, there's Amazon at highs. Yeah, close to it. All right, guys. No, I'm about to head out. I'd love to stay 2 hours, but I got some other things I got to do. So, and we're getting into Friday. This is where you got to be careful, and you keep hitting the keys. Speaking, I think Mike C. and I missed a question about hotkeys. I think no, I don't need to use hotkeys. I really don't. There was a time when I did, back when I was day trading. Yeah, I had all the hotkeys set up. But I actually just prefer being a kind of a point and click guy. But yeah, there was definitely my first probably 5 years of day trading where yeah, I was banging away on hotkeys. But yeah, and now since I'm more of a swing trader, kind of slowed it down. I don't. Yeah, I don't even need a an app. I can just go. I got a couple of brokers that I use and just go to their web page and just put them in manually. Do it. I can do it pretty quick. So that's all I need to do. Oh, I'd love to. I can definitely stay a few more minutes, that's for sure. If anybody has any more questions, I don't have anything pressing right now. Just take a real quick look at my positions here, and Google is shaping up better. You don't have any positions right now, Mike C, as the market goes to highs? I figure you'd be in Nvidia all day. Still liking this TTD. Shopping at the soup kitchen, huh? I can't help but think of the soup Nazi when you say soup kitchen, the Seinfeld episode. All right, guys. The other boys may get mad at me if they're having to deal with a bunch of chats, so I better get over there and uh, help mind the store. Oh, great, Gabriel. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah. Come in here. I mean, you can learn a lot of stuff about the software, and you can learn the stuff because we're all seasoned traders, so you can get a good idea of what we're thinking. We'll tell you what we're in. We'll show you what we're in. Uh, so it can be, and I'm probably going to be adding Google, but all right. Well, have a good one, guys. Have a great weekend, and yeah, enjoy this ride. Hopefully, if you're bullish, it'll last long. But I don't know. I don't know. I think it's more to do with just tariffs. So what we've been seeing, but it's a topic maybe for another day. I think when you've had 20 years of U.S. debt funded growth, it kind of scares me. Hey, have a great weekend. You too, David. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye bye.